Okay, I'm back. Uh, let's see, where was I though? Oh, yes, yes. Give me 1 second here. I got notes. Uh, uh, okay, the first dynamic that I want to talk about, the first one I want to talk about, and it's I call it the comforter speaks to the troubled one uh, dynamic. The comforter, okay, comforting the troubled one. That's a dynamic. Now we've all been there, and it's a great place to be. And the only analogy uh, that I like this analogy. A parent and a child. The child wakes up. The child thinks it's seen a ghost, and let's say the father comes in. Say it's a father and a little boy, and the father, with his knowledge, with his logic, he has a very calming effect on his son, and he is able to explain to the son. Sometimes he can actually demonstrate it, point to the chair with the uh, bathrobe on it and turn out the light and then show the son how it looks like a ghost, and then turn it back on and go around and comfort the child be, with his knowledge, and he can prove his point, that what the child saw wasn't uh, what he thought he saw. And it's a calming thing, and the child goes to sleep and all that. And we've all been there. I mean, all of us have done something like that one way or another, and it's a great place to be. And that dynamic is in this conversation that I speak of. You'll run into it many times. Now, where the dynamic changes, there's a variation here. Let's just say that the father is explaining to the son about ghosts and these things. But now this is almost like creative writing, but bear with me. In this particular instance, the child has pointed out some things to the parent that the parent cannot understand or explain, but the parent uh, uh, has a bad feeling about it, that maybe the kid saw, there's something going on, and it's not something the parent can lay to rest and prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's a problem resolving what the child saw with the light out. And let's say in this instance, the parent actually in the back of his mind is wondering, did my kid see a ghost? I mean, what's going on? Well, the parent doesn't really reveal so much because he is the parent, and he continually tries to calm the child down. Uh, Sooner or later, this this dynamic turns into the parent being very uncomfortable with the child's mentioning of it, and at a loss to put it into it, and taken aback by the, I guess, evidence that the child produces. And sooner or later, uh, the dynamics devolve into the parent simply wishing for the child not to mention the topic again. Uh, I don't want to hear it. It's like that. Enough. Not at the table. That again. You know, I, you know, uh, the topic disturbs the parent. It upsets the parent, and essentially challenges everything the parent believes in. If the parent certainly was raised not to believe in ghosts. So that's where that topic finally ends up. It starts out the comforter comforting the troubled one, and then there's another wrinkle: the comforter fails to comfort, and then it goes the other way. The one he's trying to comfort is actually disturbing him, and now he becomes troubled. So there is that dynamic I see in this conversation. It clears a bell. And as I say, the being a comforter is a wonderful place to be. It's human, and I remind myself of this in debates, etc., because a lot of times that is where I call them official explanationists. That's where they're coming from, so to speak. They want to be the calm one. They want to be the logical one, and they want to clear this up. And they're coming from a good place. Now, the second dynamic that I noticed is the subject of coincidence. It's almost like an official explanationist has 100% acceptance of coincidence, and guys like me almost zero acceptance. And there are times, when I wonder if an official explanationist defines the word coincidence as a mundane, insignificant, everyday occurrence, because I mean, a typical exchange with an official explanation is like a 9/11 thing. I'm saying, okay, steel buildings have never ever collapsed in their own footprint due to a random fire in the 100 years they've been on this earth. It has never happened. And the official explanation is just like, yeah, that's true. Coincidence. And I said it happened 3 times to 3 different buildings. Yeah. Coincidence. And one of the buildings was not hit by an airplane. Yeah. Yeah, the official explanation is it's like, yeah, that's a coincidence. And I'm like, man, okay. And it's like, can we at least agree that it's a remarkable coincidence? No. No. So it's, I think it's, I find during these conversations I have with these folks, sometimes I'm astonished, and it's almost, and I have to tell this little, I guess it's an analogy, a surprise birthday party. A guy walks up sidewalk, he opens the door, it's dark in there, he fumbles around for the light, and when he finally hits the light, all the lights in the house come on. Everybody jumps out of their hiding place. Surprise! And he's like, golly, he's incredulous, And his wife comes up and kisses him, and it's just like, golly, all my friends, all my near and dear friends and family members are here, and it's all my birthday. How did you all meet at the same place at the same time on my birthday? This is incredible. And the wife is laughing, and she's saying, "We planned this." And the guy's like, "No, man. No, how did they all?" And he says, "When I came out of work, there was a cab waiting for me. I didn't have to take the bus. How did that happen?" She said, "I called the cab." "Well, how did he know it was me?" She said, "I showed him your picture." And he sits there. No way, man. You guys, I know what you guys are, conspiracy theorists. It's like that. I mean, you run into it. I have, a coincidence to an official explanation is nothing. It does not faze them. For me, I think coincidences are rare, and my, the thesaurus, things like serendipity, wow, or wow, nope, no, they don't mean a thing. They are insignificant. They're like I say, a normal, everyday occurrence. Not with me though. Not my tribe. So I'm going to take another break.